Hello everybody and welcome back to the very dark forest on Shamrock Valley. So we're not going to do any more wood chips within the episodes of this series, however we are going to do some more wood chips within the series, if that makes sense. So not in a video like this, but we are going to do it within a live stream. I'm hoping to do it very soon. I don't have enough data allowance to actually do it in the next couple of days, but hopefully after that, probably next weekend, we can do a live stream and do a bit more chipping. So that would be a good thing to do because we're trying to get as much as possible basically, because otherwise we're not really going to make it worthwhile, the leasing of machinery. Nothing here is leased, but there is a bit of an issue surrounding how to move the wood chips again, and I've had some very good suggestions actually. One of these suggestions was to get a rear weight for the telehandler and put a adapter on the front so it can actually be compatible with a wheel loader bucket, which is obviously higher capacity. It's a good idea. It's a very cheap alternative to leasing a wheel loader or buying a wheel loader. So that's probably what I'm going to do. The other thing which I could do is to lease the Roper Navarro mouse thing, and that is very expensive. I really would love to use that. That would be my first choice, but it is very expensive and it's going to be quite hard to justify. So chances are we're not going to use it, although the approach I'm going to start looking at in this series, because it is the final series before FS19, is money is not really any object, because I want to experience the most of the really good machines which are in the game, and I can't really do that without sort of cheating the money or something else, taking a big loan out. So it's going to have to be an exception, I think. We still have 3 days in the winter here, so I'm hoping that we can actually do the live stream when it is still winter, because we do need to be very busy drilling in the crops when it comes to the spring. In fact, we'll have possibly one day which we can take up with forestry, because usually the first day or so of spring is just like winter. You can't really do any drilling because it's too cold and nothing is going to germinate. Anyway, yes, my plan is to start setting up the straw harvest add-on, because it's a very nice add-on, and it's probably the final time I'm going to be able to use it within one of these series, because chances are when 19 is out nobody's going to want me to play 17, and to be honest I don't think I'd want to play 17 anyway. So yes, it's a good opportunity to do this. I'm hoping that at some point the straw harvest mod or add-on is going to be transferred over to 19, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be or not. It's got some really decent stuff in there. So we've got the pellet hall, which has always been very expensive. It's a realistic price if it was being built in real life, but in Farming Simulator it is quite expensive, which is strange actually, because usually it's back to front. Because usually you get a lot more money in Farming Simulator than real life. But anyway, yes, that is definitely something I want to do very soon. Hopefully we'll be putting it up today. It's going to have to go in the placeable yard, which is perfectly flat, so it's a really good place for it. And you can actually do hay pellets and straw pellets, so I might actually burst a few bales of straw and create some pellets, maybe even today, we'll see. It's going to be a very strange approach, but I'm going to try and do it. We can of course only do it if we have enough bales. We need to make sure we have plenty of straw bales for bedding and also for padding in the total mixed ration. I forget how many we have exactly. I think there's quite a few, so we should be alright. Obviously straw bales you do get quite a lot off the fields. Plenty of straw about. So yeah, we're going to put these things away in the placeable yard. We'll go and inspect the area, decide what the best thing is to do, and then hopefully put the pellet hall up. I always call it the pallet hall. Yeah, it's definitely the pellet hall, although it could be either because it has pallets and pellets within it. Ah yes, the other thing we need to do as well is to fertilise all the grass fields. I think what we're going to do is put slurry on most of them, the ones nearby. That'll be late winter, early spring, and the ones which are a very long way away, we'll use the roller with fertiliser. That'll be the best thing to do there. So we do have a lot of space, but we don't have a lot of organised space. I've probably put that in the wrong place actually, looking at this. Let me just pick up this, because it's been here a while. There we go. I suppose if we put it here, that'll be a sensible place for it, but I'm not going to buy it before we know exactly how many straw bales and how many hay bales we have. We can do either, or both. Yes. I don't know. Let's just take a look here. Right, so we have 49 of those hay and 17 of the straw. So we can definitely use some of the hay bales. As for the straw, probably not. I don't think so. We don't have much. I think I'm forgetting how big this thing actually is. Okay, so I've just placed the pellet haul, and it is quite an interesting thing. You've probably seen it before though. You might have it, or you might have seen it on the Green River Let's Play that I did. And I think I used it on another one too. But yes, here it is again. I couldn't place it any further forward, which is a bit unfortunate. I did want it a bit further forward, but it just wouldn't allow me to do that. I think it's because the boundaries of these other buildings do stick out a bit, and obviously that one does stick out as well. But otherwise it's fine, and I was a bit worried about the little ramp here, but actually it's actually not too difficult to go up there at all. So with the exception of the tree, which is very sneakily coming through the back wall, and the grass which is coming through there, there's no problems. That should all work very effectively. Yeah, that's not a problem. If the worst comes to the worst, we might be able to cut the tree down behind, but that just seems a bit severe. So yeah, let's just leave here. Now we've got to do something very strange, and we've got to basically get the bales out, line them up, and then open them. Then get the pelleting machine, and obviously create the pellets in the middle of the yard. It's a very strange approach. It's definitely possible to do, but yes, it's not something you tend to see done. But it's just a really good way of making extra money from these hay bales, as we don't need them all. And when spring comes again, we're going to be doing even more hay. So the Claas Scorpion is still up here in the woods. We need to bring that home. We need to take the very large grab off there. We'll just do a bit of a rocking motion here. That should free us. I'm surprised. There we go. That's good. Actually, I might leave this with the wood chips, because otherwise when we come to do the wood chips again, I'm just going to come to the forest and forget it. So yes, if it's already here, that can't happen. But yeah, as I say, hopefully in a live stream very soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm hoping to do one live stream in the next week. It's usually a Saturday, but it might be any day, at any time. So yeah, stay tuned. I would have thought the bale spike would be in the main yard where I tend to dump it, just around the corner here. If we turn left, we have already got some bales on the trailer as well, so they're obviously for the cows, but they're extra. They're even on top of what we've got in the storage there, so we do have a lot. They've only got to go another month or so. Well, no, actually, more like a season, but still, they're not going to require as many as what we've got. So, if we dispense probably 10 or so, maybe even more, 10 to 20, we can get them all lined up and we can open them. Now, the way I'm going to open them is with the knife, which you get in the Go Wheel baler pack. I forget what it's called exactly. It's that amazing mod which allows you to bale pretty much anything. Wood chips, manure, straw, hay, anything. You can bale it. So yeah, let's just go and select as many as we can. It's probably 6 actually. I think it's 6, yeah, there we go. So 6 at a time. It's fine though. And I don't want it to auto-load, so I'm not too sure what setting that is currently on, but we'll soon find out. Yes, it's auto-load, so I've just changed it from standard load. That is so typical. That's me all over. But that is roughly where it needs to be. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's alright though. We'll time-lapse this and we'll get it done really quickly. So in the spring, we're actually going to be producing hay pellets and straw pellets straight from the field. So as soon as we've rode it up, the hay, or as soon as the combine has harvested some wheat or some barley, we can go and produce the pellets using a very expensive machine. It's not cheap. It's well, I can actually show you what I think it's like 300,000. It's very expensive, but it's a good machine. It does a very good job. I'm just going to have to try and find it. Here it is. So yeah, it's 200 and 80,000 if you have it manually refilled, which I think we probably will do. I've not really got any problem with filling it up with the molasses in the water. It does make it much more expensive, 10,000 more just to save us a few minutes work. So yes, we're definitely going to go with the manual. The thing is, we have the money, but again, it's a machine I want to use, so I think we're just going to acquire this. Yes, in case you're interested, it actually cost us over 180,000 there. I'm not making it too easy, just a bit of assistance. And although I did say that we're not going to spend the extra 10,000 on the automatic refilling of the molasses and water, if I had put that in as well, it would have just been a joke really. It would have been making it too easy. So it's one thing having a bit of financial assistance, but having the fully spec model as well would be just silly. So yep, we've still got to fill that up. I've had to buy that. We've got 2 pallets, only 1 pallet over at the store. And I've decided to go with the Claas tractor because it is a fairly high horsepower tractor, and I know the pellet maker does require a very high horsepower. As for the water, I suppose we fill it up at the yard. Take a look. It's been a while since I've used this. Okay, right. Hitch that on. It does have a starter sort of kit in it, so it's got a bit of water and a bit of molasses, but not too much. If we press R, it's going to fill it up to the top. And I don't think it takes too much of that. It's about half a pallet, so that's going to last a while. As for the water, let's go and get that too. In case you're wondering, the machine I was talking about earlier was the LT Master, the Go Wheel LT Master. I seem to be refueling here. I need to do the water. I'm a bit too far back, I think. Pretty sure you do it from here. There we go. Good. So we should now be able to go and cut the bale twine on those bales and open them up. And I don't know if they're too close together. We'll have to find out, but I might have to spread them out a bit first. It's a long line of bales. Certainly not something you see every day when you're just opening up bales in the middle of the yard. So hopefully this is going to work. Are you ready? Whoa! Yes, I forgot, there's 6,100 litres in capacity. We may have to spread this out a bit. Yes. Bear with me 1 second. I guess if it was done so that it was high enough to drive up and over, it would work. Yeah, they are still a bit too close though, that's for sure. I'll just push some of these further down. Or in fact, no, what I'll do is I'll take 2 out and I can push the others back. I'll come back to those in a second. That's alright. So before we do continue, let's see if we have to go and get a bucket and spread it out a bit. Obviously, yeah, you do, but we might be able to get away with it. With it being a game. Depends how quickly it picks it up, I suppose. But yeah, that's ridiculous. Idea. Don't go straight over the top. Go sideways. Ah, look at that, that's working very effectively. Yes, that is going to be the approach we take. I know it looks really weird doing this, but honestly, we're going to make a lot of money by doing it. And yes, it's a fun thing to do. The slowest process is actually in the pellet factory over there, wrapping them all up. Oh yeah, that's good. So I'm going to do a time lapse again, and we can open all these up and just get it all finished. Well, there we go. That has actually been very easy. It's surprising. And no, machines like this should not take in so much in one go. It's certainly pushing it to the limit. Anyway, if that all fits in there, which it hasn't done, it would have been good, but not too far to take it, so that's not really a problem. We can just go over here, unload it into the bay, and, well, it's not going to start. It's not going to start working, but we'll do that in the next episode, because instead of using the crane, the overhead gantry, I want to just use telehandler and a bucket. It's so much easier. It's nice that it's got the feature fitted in there, but it's quite slow, so I always found just having a bucket in there does a good job. It's 21,000, over 21,000 litres, and for pellets that is a lot. Okay, here we go. In a second I'll show you the price for pellets, but it's over £1,000 I think. At least it can be, at the right time. Yep, so we've got the hay just here, which is worth more than the straw. Currently, over £1,400 per 1,000 litres, and we've got 21,000 here. That sort of gives you an idea. In fact, we have more than 21 because we've still got some in the harvester, or in the machine. The pellets machine. And just imagine if we also did all those bales in there, we'd have so much. There's not too much left in there, but it is still another 2,471 litres. And there we go. So we're going to leave it there for today. That's all looking alright. Try and get in there. I should have pulled forward. Yeah, so you can use the gantry crane if you'd like to. It's just there. How to get into it? There's a trigger for it somewhere. Here. Just walking past it casually. But yeah, you can use it, and it can be quite effective. You can also put entire bales in here, I think. Oh no, what you do is you have the other machine in here. The factory itself doesn't convert the bales. But yeah, you can also put the bucket on here, which is what we would have to use. And then it's just sort of left and right, and up and down. Very, very simple. Once you master the controls, of course. Which I'm not the best at. But there we go, right. Lift up. Go across. This way. And that's pretty much it. And now it can start to pack up the pellets, and eventually it goes down the production line onto the pallets over here, and you can take them off just there and put them on the trailer, take them to the sell point. Failing that, you can just sell them as they are. We could have just sold these as they are, but I'm pretty sure they're not worth as much. So thank you so much for watching, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.